I'm going to show you how to create this modern UI style in Roblox Studio. I'm going to explain the process step by step so you can do it the right way, making it eye-catching, minimalist, and, above all, adaptable to any device. But before we start, you need to know one thing: for our user interface to adapt to any device, its size must be set using scale, not offset, which is pixels. This is because scale measures the percentage of screen space, so it's different for each screen. And finally, our UI needs a very important object, the UI aspect ratio, which automatically adjusts the scale proportionally while maintaining the shape. Okay?
Let's do this.
The first thing we're going to do is create a screen UI, and within it we'll create our hotbar, where the buttons will be. As I mentioned, we're going to adjust the size of all objects using scale, not offset. It's also recommended to set the anchor point to the center of the frame. Once it's adjusted to our liking, we'll create a UI list layout, which will automatically arrange the buttons in a row. Since our hotbar is horizontal, we'll change the direction to horizontal and center the buttons. Now we're going to create a text button, change its anchor point, adjust the scale to our liking, duplicate it, and then adjust the spacing between the buttons. If it doesn't look right, like it does now, we can go back and adjust the size of the buttons and the hotbar. Once we have what we're looking for, we'll delete the other buttons and improve the first one. First, we're going to add a UI corner, which softens the button's sharp edges. We'll also remove the text, since we won't need it. And also, we're going to remove this ugly effect where the button darkens when the mouse hovers over it. It's done with this button. Now I'm going to rename it and duplicate it. And I'm going to create the UI aspect ratio I told you about earlier. I'm going to adjust this until the buttons have their original shape. Alright. As you can see, it adjusts in size without deforming. However, if I remove it, it adjusts by deforming. Once again, we're going to get rid of the other buttons and fit an image label inside the button, all of this using the scale. I'm also going to put here a text label and make the text scalable. And for the image, I'll use a white icon so I can change its color however I want. Now I'm going to duplicate the button and change the images and text on the others, as well as the color. Once that's done, we'll test to see if the element sizes adjust. It seems like the letters aren't. That's because I hadn't made the text scalable or adjusted its size with the scale. Now it really works. If we play, we'll see that the hotbar looks really nice, but it's pretty bland, with no effects. Let's add the effects I showed you at the beginning of the video. Sorry folks, but it is what it is, we've got to do a little programming. But I'm going to make sure the script is well organized and clean so you can understand it, if you know any Lua programming. If not, you can still take a look, but you might not get it. Let's divide the script into 3 parts. The variables we're going to use, the functions, and how we'll connect those functions to the hotbar button events. First of all, we're really going to need our hotbar and the beloved tween service, which can handle all kinds of animations. Now we're going to set the 3 sizes the buttons will adopt. For the default size, we are going to copy and paste the button size, the one it has right now. Then the large size, the size the button takes on when the mouse hovers over it. This will be the normal size plus a small amount. And finally, the small one, which will be the normal size minus a small amount. Now we're going to add 3 sounds, which I already had saved. These will be the hover sound, the hold sound, and the release sound. If you don't find any you like, I'll leave the IDs for these sounds in the description. Now let's move on to the functions. The first function will be executed when the mouse hovers over the button, and we're going to make it grow larger and change color. To do this, we'll set 2 parameters, the button and the button's color. To create the animation, we'll use the tween service. The tween service has 3 parameters, the object we're going to animate, in this case, the button, then, the animation information, and the goal. In this case, I only need the duration, so I'll just set that, but there are other parameters like easing style, easing direction, delay, and a few more. The final state of the object is enclosed in curly braces because it's a table. Here we're going to set the size to the button's large size. Now we play the sound, and finally we change the background color to the new color. And we change the color of the image and the text to white. In the following function, we'll do the same thing, but in reverse, since it runs when the mouse is no longer over the button. So we'll set it back to its normal size and swap the colors. Now comes the mouse hold function. This function is executed when we press the left mouse button but don't release it. Here we'll only need the first parameter. Inside the function, we're going to run another animation. Here we are making the button smaller. Don't forget to play the sound. Finally, let's create the function that runs when the click is released. Here, we're simply going to change the button's size back to its original size. And we're also going to play the sound that's left. We already have all the functions. To finish, we're going to connect the functions to the hotbar buttons. We'll do it with a for loop, accessing all the hotbar's children that are buttons. Once obtained, we connect them to the functions using the corresponding events. For the mouse enter event, we will call the mouse hover function with the following parameters: the button obtained through the loop and the button's characteristic color, which is found in the button's image. Now we'll connect the remaining events to their respective functions in the same way. It should look like this. It seems I've made a small mistake. The error is here. In the mouse leave function, the second parameter changes because the colors are swapped, so I'll have to set the background color. It works perfectly. As you can see, it's a clean, eye-catching, minimalist UI that's fully responsive on any device. To wrap up the tutorial, I'm going to create a simple window and connect it to the mouse release function so it can be opened and closed. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Honestly, I had a great time making this video, and I really love how the modern UI turned out. I hope it was helpful to you. If so, you already know how to support me. Until next time.